Have you ever wondered why millions of strangers are willing to cooperate for a common belief? What enabled people to build great structures like the Egyptian pyramids or establish empires thousands of miles apart? What is the foundation that binds people who do not know each other, even half a world away, together? The answer is not strength, power, or love. The answer is religion, one of the greatest stories of mankind. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, our ancestors, Homo Sapiens, were just a small and insignificant animal hiding in a corner of Africa. We were weaker than the big predators, without superior strength nor sharp claws or teeth. Humans lived in small groups, about 50 people, because that was the maximum number at which we could maintain stable social relationships. Their social networks were also limited to acquaintances, people they knew by face and name, usually relatives or close friends. So how did humans, in such a short time, rise to the top of the food chain, conquer continents, and build massive civilizations? The greatest turning point in human history is the cognitive revolution. About 70,000 years ago, the brain of Homo sapiens underwent a sudden change, an inexplicable mutation. This change gave us an extraordinary ability that no other animal has, the ability to tell stories and believe in things that are not true. Before, an ape might warn its fellow monkeys about a lion by saying, "Watch out, a lion!" But thanks to the new language, sapiens could say, "The lion is the guardian spirit of our tribe." Legends, myths, and religions appeared for the first time. It was this ability that allowed hundreds, thousands, even millions of strangers to believe in the same imagined order. Imagine an ancient kingdom. The king, generals, soldiers, and peasants may not know each other. They will obey the king because of one thing: they believe in the same story. It might be the story of divine kingship, the belief that the king is blessed by a supreme deity or some other supernatural power. Religion played a key role in this. It was not just a system of worship, but a powerful social tool, a technology that allowed people to organize and sustain large-scale cooperation. Religion provides a system of rules and values founded on belief in a divine order. Religion asserts that human laws are not arbitrary, but are the will of a supreme, unchangeable power. This brings social stability because it places fundamental rules above all human debate. For example, in a tribe, a person might be convinced that our God wants us to share food, rather than the elders say we must share food. The command of a God is much more powerful and binding than the command of a human. Religions were local, worshiping tribal gods, and were not intended to spread. These tribal religions focused on harmony between people and the world around them, with gods representing natural elements such as wind, rain, the sun, or animals. They were important in keeping small groups together, but were not intended to spread beyond them. However, from around 1000 BC, another major revolution took place: the emergence of universal religions. Instead of worshiping a local god, these religions espoused a universal truth to liberate all beings from suffering, as in Buddhism,
or a divine mandate for all humanity, as in Christianity and Islam. This was a groundbreaking step forward. They contributed to the unification of humanity, much like the emergence of empires or universal currencies.
For thousands of years, people have built vast networks of cooperation, from merchants on the Silk Road to soldiers in the Roman army. They could be complete strangers to each other, but they believed in a common, imagined order. Muslims could live thousands of miles apart, but still believe in the same God, follow the same laws, and cooperate with each other. Similarly, an Egyptian farmer could offer wheat to a pharaoh he had never met, because he believed the pharaoh was a human god. In short, religion emerged not only to solve spiritual problems, but also to solve a very practical problem: how to get millions of people from different bloodlines and tribes to cooperate effectively. Imaginary stories, expressed through religion, created a common foundation of trust, which helped build the great empires, global trade networks, and complex societies we see today. We have explored how stories about gods and religions have created civilization. But there is another thing, based on an imagined order, that we use every day and cannot live without. That is money. Do you know how money has united the world without force? Watch the next episode to find out.